In this update, we're breaking down big changes in Drupal. AI is shaking things up, Drupal CMS is making waves, and Drupal South 2025 is just around the corner. There's also news from Linux Australia, plus we're looking ahead to 2026 and beyond. But hey, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Bevan, and lately I've been diving into all kinds of things, from flipping on eBay to staying plugged into Drupal and open source tech. It's been a wild ride. But no matter what, Drupal is still a big part of my journey. That's why I'm here, to bring you the latest news, insights and updates that you need to know, so let's get into it. Drupal CMS is here, a game changer for marketers. Alright, unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about this one. Drupal CMS officially launched last month, and it's easily one of the biggest changes to Drupal in years. This isn't just another update, it's a huge shift in how Drupal is positioned. With a user-friendly interface, smart defaults, and AI-powered tools, it brings enterprise-grade digital experiences to teams that don't have a developer on board. But here's what sets it apart. Unlike proprietary website builders, Drupal CMS gives you full control. No vendor lock-in, no hidden restrictions. Just open source flexibility backed by one of the most active developer communities in the world. If you've ever thought Drupal was too complex, this release is meant to change that. It's built on the same flexible, scalable foundation as traditional Drupal, but with an experience tailored for content teams, marketers, and non-technical users. That means faster site launches, easier content management, and built-in tools for SEO, analytics, and security, all without sacrificing data privacy or long-term ownership. And here's the kicker. AI-powered automation is baked right in. Think faster content implementation, smart workflows, and integrations with popular marketing tools, all without being tied to a single platform. Dries Buytaert, the founder of Drupal, says this is just the beginning. The long-term vision, making Drupal CMS the gold standard for no-code website building. Drupal CMS has been out for a few weeks now, but the roadmap for 2025 is ambitious. Expect regular feature updates, and the big one later this year, Experience Builder. That's the new visual building tool designed to make site creation even more intuitive. So if you've been waiting for a simpler way to use Drupal, this is it. To learn more, head over to drupal.org/DrupalCMS and check it out. One of the biggest things making Drupal CMS simpler, AI. AI is everywhere right now.
It's been another intense week in the world of AI.
If you're using Drupal CMS, you've already got AI tools built in. Automated alt text and an AI assistant handling site setup and automation, it's all there. Now first up is Deep Chat. Now Deep Chat is part of the AI module. It's a modern, scalable AI chat system built for seamless text-based AI interactions. Think smarter chatbots, better user engagement, and a more flexible AI assistant. It's designed for future growth, with planned support for image uploads, audio recording, and even voice commands. Now it's fully integrated as a submodule of the AI module, ensuring continued updates and improvements. Then there's Fireworks AI, a powerful, budget-friendly AI provider. It supports models like Stable Diffusion XL, Llama 3, and Fire Lava, giving you AI-powered text generation, image creation, and data processing at a fraction of the cost of OpenAI. Fireworks AI now works as a provider for the AI module, meaning you can use it with any AI-powered feature in Drupal, from chatbots to automation tools. If you're looking for affordable AI without sacrificing performance, this is a solid option. Another cool AI feature is AI-generated alt text for images. It's great for accessibility and helps with SEO by giving search engines better descriptions of your content. And AI isn't just transforming Drupal, automation and open source tools are evolving across the entire tech world. Over at Linux Australia, major discussions are happening about the future of open technology. Now, if you're involved in open source, whether that's Drupal, GovCMS, or the broader tech community, this affects you. So here's an interesting one. The New South Wales Small Business Commissioner reached out to Linux Australia for input on rail disruptions and their impact on business. Now, why would a tech-focused organisation get involved in this? Well, it could be about how transport issues affect tech meetups, conferences, and open source collaboration. Or maybe it's because GovCMS and the public sector IT rely on a stable workforce. Either way, it's a unique crossover between infrastructure and the tech industry, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Well, next up, Linux Australia is actively exploring open source alternatives to proprietary video conferencing tools like Zoom. Andrew Pam provided a list of possible platforms, but so far no decision has been made. This is part of an ongoing discussion about self-hosted versus proprietary solutions. It's a big deal, especially for government, education, and open source projects that want more control over their data. The big question: can open source options really match the scale and reliability of Zoom and Microsoft Teams? So far, there are no commitments, but if Linux Australia makes a move on this, it could lead to wider adoption of FOSS video conferencing in government and enterprise. Okay, a key update. Linux Australia is now accepting membership from outside Australia and New Zealand. Now there's a catch. You need to be actively involved in events like DrupalCon Asia or other Linux Australia initiatives. Now this could strengthen ties between Drupal community and Linux Australia. It also opens the door for more international collaboration in the APAC open source space. And speaking of community-driven innovation, nowhere was that more obvious than at DrupalCon Singapore. This event brought together over 600 attendees from 34 countries and shows just how fast Drupal is growing across the Asia-Pacific region. It really showed how much the Drupal community is growing in Asia. The APAC Drupal scene is stronger than ever. The Australian and New Zealand presence was fantastic, and the momentum across the region is building fast. One of the biggest takeaways: security, accessibility, and automation. And AI? It could play a big role in that future. But what really stood out at DrupalCon Singapore? The community. Contribution Day, absolutely packed. So many first-time contributors jumped in, which was amazing to see. That's the heart of Drupal. New people getting involved, learning, and helping the platform grow. And if you were at DrupalCon Singapore, let me know if you saw me there. And as the Drupal community grows, so does its role in government projects. One of the biggest examples, Gov CMS. The team has been hard at work redeveloping the platform, and the beta version is now live. You can check it out at beta.govcms.gov.au. The new site is built with Civic Theme, an open source design system made for government and civic websites. It comes with pre-built components that ensure accessibility, consistency, and scalability. That means government agencies don't have to build their sites from scratch. The redevelopment is happening in 2 phases. Right now, in phase 1, they've rebuilt the existing GovCMS site using Civic Theme straight out of the box. It's a fresh, modern look. The real customization starts in phase 2, this year. That's when they'll tailor it to meet specific GovCMS needs. This is all part of a bigger push to make government websites more secure, more accessible, and more automated. The countdown to Drupal South Melbourne 2025 has begun. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, this is the one Drupal event you don't want to miss. It's happening in March. This means it's just around the corner. The organisation committee has taken valuable lessons from previous events, and their goal is to make 2025 the best one yet. So last year's event brought the Aussie and Kiwi Drupal scene together in a big way. The atmosphere, incredible. The networking, next level. But there's always room for improvement. The team has taken key feedback on board to refine this year's experience. One big takeaway: session structure. There were too many concurrent streams, making it hard for attendees to catch the talks they wanted. This year, expect a more streamlined approach. Fewer overlapping sessions mean everyone gets to attend their must-see talks. Then there were technical and venue-related challenges. Small screens, limited seating, and yes, catering could have been better. So to fix this, the team is securing larger presentation areas and more seating. And the best part, an espresso card has been officially requested. For GovCMS attendees, some sessions felt repetitive due to overlap with the GovCMS event held just before Drupal South. So this year's schedule will be adjusted to ensure fresh, engaging content for all participants. So what's new for Drupal South 2025? Making Contribution Day more accessible is a priority. There will be resources for both first-time and experienced developers. Also, the much-loved Speakers Dinner might return. A perfect chance for networking within the Drupal community. Sponsorship slots are selling quickly and the ticket sales are strong, especially for groups. So if you're planning to attend, now's the time to secure your spot. Looking ahead to Drupal South 2026. So while Drupal South 2025 is shaping up to be an incredible event, planning for Drupal South 2026 is already in motion. The location isn't confirmed yet, but the discussions are happening. The community is encouraged to share ideas for potential venues. The steering committee is also looking into sponsoring other open source events. The goal, strengthening connections across the wider tech community. These efforts will help Drupal South grow and evolve, making sure it continues to serve the broader open source ecosystem. The latest steering committee meeting took place on February 10th. Key updates will be shared soon. So if you're interested in getting involved, reach out to the committee chair at drupalsouth.org. Whether you want to help organise or just stay informed, they're always open to new voices. And with so many major events, updates and innovations happening, it's a lot to keep up with. If you want to stay ahead of all the latest Drupal developments, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And Drupal South is just one piece of the puzzle. Across the region, the Drupal community is growing fast. Let's take a look at what's happening. We're seeing more collaboration, more events, and a growing developer base. That's huge for the ecosystem. There's now an Asia Pacific Slack channel. This is a space designed to bring Drupal communities across the region even closer. Now, for a long time, Australia and New Zealand have had their own channel, and it's been a great hub for local discussions. But Drupal is growing across all of APAC, from Singapore to India, Japan, the Philippines, and beyond. There's now a real opportunity to connect on a larger scale. So if you're looking to share knowledge, collaborate on projects, or meet more Drupal folks from across the region, this is the place to do it. Both channels are still there, but if we start bridging these conversations, we can help strengthen the Drupal community across APAC as a whole. And with more developers getting involved, keeping up with the latest Drupal releases is more important than ever. So let's break down what's new in Drupal 11. If you're running a Drupal 11 site, there are some important fixes and improvements you'll want to know about. The big one, Drupal 11.1.2 just dropped. It's a patch release, so there's no major new features, but it does bring bug fixes, security updates, and performance improvements. Now, if you're on Drupal 11.1.x, you'll get security coverage until December 2025. But keeping up with these releases is key. So what's in this update? Let's break it down. There's better cache handling. This fixes a bug where user roles could mess up cached page views. The media library has been patched because Firefox users were seeing issues with forms not loading properly. Now that's fixed. Navigation caching has been improved, menus should load faster, and page performance should be smoother. And there's security hardening for Twig. A vulnerability in older versions has been addressed. It's mostly behind the scenes work, but these changes make your Drupal site faster, more secure, and less buggy. If you haven't updated yet, now's the time. Now, if you're still on Drupal 11.0.x, heads up, security support for that branch ends in June. This means that you should start planning your upgrade to Drupal 11.x sooner rather than later. The same goes for anyone still on Drupal 10. The next long-term support release, Drupal 10.4, is just around the corner. If you're not ready to jump to Drupal 11 just yet, 11.4 will keep you covered until at least 2026. Now that Drupal 11.1 is out in the wild, the focus is shifting toward 11.2. It's already in active development. We don't have a full feature list yet, but expect more improvements to the recipe system, performance, and experience builder. And one of the biggest areas getting attention, site building tools. Now, Drupal's Experience Builder is about to get a major upgrade with a brand new design system to make page building even smoother. If you haven't been following, Experience Builder is set to become the default tool for layout design, page building, and basic theming in Drupal. The goal? Make site building faster, easier, and more intuitive, right out of the box. The first stable release is expected in late 2025, and it'll be a major part of the Drupal CMS 2.0. So who's behind the Drupal design system? To make this tool even better, the Drupal community put out a call for partners. They wanted a team to create a comprehensive design system for Experience Builder and Drupal CMS. After reviewing some seriously impressive proposals, they officially selected Media Current to lead the project. Their pitch stood out for a few key reasons. It focused on usability, accessibility, and scalability. It also included a clear roadmap and a strong commitment to making this work for designers, developers, and content marketers alike. And in true open source fashion, Media Current is sharing their winning proposal with the community. You can check out their design system showcase and high-level roadmap for yourself. So what's next? Work on this design system officially kicked off in January. Things are already in motion. The first preview is expected at DrupalCon Atlanta in March. By the end of 2025, we should see the stable release of Experience Builder, fully powered by this new design system. This is a huge leap forward for Drupal CMS. It's all about making Drupal more user-friendly, more modern, and more accessible than ever before. If you want to stay up to date, keep an eye on the future updates, because this is going to be a game changer. But making Drupal easier isn't just about the tools, it's also about the people who bring the community together. Let's talk about the event organizers making it all happen. These are the people making sure Drupal meetups, camps, and major conferences actually happen. The Event Organizer Working Group hit 2 big milestones in 2024. Now first, it's been 5 years since their charter was established. Second, 2 of the group's founding board members wrapped up their final year of service. A lot has changed in the world of Drupal events over the past few years, but the core mission, that stayed the same. Helping local event teams grow Drupal, connect with each other, and make events easier to organize. In 2024, nearly 300 Drupal events took place across 30 plus countries. That brings the total to over 1,100 events in the last 4 years. Local meetups really took off. More organizations moved away from third-party platforms and started using the Drupal.org community events page instead. If you've attended a Drupal event recently, you might have noticed some big improvements to that page. After a redesign at DrupalCon Portland 2024, the layout is now cleaner and easier to use. Finding meetups, camps, and training sessions is now much more straightforward. Now let's talk about the events platform. This reusable toolkit makes it easier for organizations to set up event websites. In 2024, it had 2 minor releases, including support for Drupal 11. Camps in New Jersey, the Pacific Northwest, and Berlin all launched their event sites using this platform. If your Drupal event is using it, the team wants to hear from you, so reach out and share your experience. So beyond running events, this group has been working hard to connect event organizers with each other. They host monthly open meetings on Slack. It's a great place to share tips, get updates, and troubleshoot event logistics together. If you're organizing a Drupal event, there are plenty of ways to get involved. You can join the Event Organizers channel on Slack, sign up for their newsletter, or check out their issue queue. A huge shout out to everyone working behind the scenes to make Drupal events happen. You're a big reason why people don't just use Drupal, they stay for the community. And with so much happening in Drupal, AI, and open source, it's clear we're in for a big year. Whether it's the shift to Drupal CMS, the push for better AI tools, or the large events coming up, things are evolving fast. If you're deep in the Drupal world, now's the time to stay on top of these changes. And if you're new, there's never been a better time to jump in. Keep an eye out for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ow.